Khan classes. Today I will be covering section 10 of CGST Act Composition Scheme. Few videos of GST is already been uploaded in my channel. If you want to watch it, you can refer it. And if you find this video helpful and boosting up your preparation, then don't forget to like the video and do show your support by subscribing the channel. Without wasting any further time, let's begin the class. The general points regarding composition schemes are: the tax compliance under composition scheme is very much reduced. The scheme is for those small taxpayers who cannot afford regular accounting and other compliances, as they have limited resources to maintain the details of each and everything. The objective of composition levy is to bring simplicity and reduction in compliance cost for the small taxpayer. Now, how does composition scheme facilitates less burden? It facilitates less burden by maintaining simplicity with regard to payment of tax, in regard to filing different types of return, and the rates of tax is very much low when we compare to other notified state rates, which are 5%, 18%, 12%, 28%. However, the person registered under section 10 of composition scheme has to pay tax on a very reduced rate, which is only 1% of their turnover. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption is outside the scope of composition scheme. As we know, according to section 9 of CGST Act, there shall be tax called central GST on all interstate supplies of goods or services, or both, except for alcoholic liquor for human consumption on the value determined under section 15 of CGST Act. As we know, the alcoholic liquor for human consumption is outside the scope of GST under section 9. Hence, there cannot be levy any tax either in normal rates or under composition scheme. Fourth point are the services. Services constitute a major portion of GDP of our government, of our country, and in turn it provides a huge revenue to government. Therefore, service is also outside the scope of composition scheme. However, restaurant services are exception to it, which means composition scheme can be levied on restaurant service. However, to reduce the tax burden and compliances from services sector, the government has issued 1/2019 notification to help small services provider with a reduced tax rate. This is a separate topic which I will be covering in the coming videos. Now, the next point is, any person who makes interstate outward supply is also not eligible to take composition scheme, which means, to simplify it, I can show you with this diagram. Like, if a person from Delhi to Haryana make outward supply, he is not eligible to take composition scheme. However, if a person make inward supply, can be eligible to take the composition scheme. A person making intrastate outward supply can take the composition scheme, and a person making intrastate inward supply can take the composition scheme. In short, a person making interstate outward supply cannot take the benefit of composition scheme. Other person exempted for taking the composition scheme are non-resident taxable person, who are NRTP and CTP, casual taxable person, are also not eligible to take the composition scheme. E-commerce operator like Flipkart, Amazon, who are required to pay the tax under reverse charge mechanism, can also not take the benefit of composition.